More of the same. Down to the Tyler Perry Studios, I mean. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. Welcome to Spillitboy TV Studios, where we do a mishmash up of Tyler Perry Studios, and I fuss for about 15 minutes. I say, hey, this is Have and Have Nots. This is my review. This is season 7, episode 3. Tyler. Tyler! Oh, you are really trying to run my blood pressure. you just don't want to turn me loose, and I just ain't got enough sense to turn you loose. But okay, all right, that's cool. Like I said, this is Tyler Perry Studios. It's Spillitboy TV Studios. So we're gonna start with our resident mermaid, Catherine Cryer. Catherine is sitting there, baby, having herself a whole privilege moment. Okay? The privilege, y'all know what I'm talking about. Privilege. Do you know who I am? Do you know of the power that I have in this town? Meanwhile, standing there with cuffs on. What power is that, Catherine? The power of to suck the water in and hold it for 62 hours? Is that what you're talking about? Baby, nobody gave a shit. And least of all, George the DA. He was like, Booker Dano, honey. Take her on out of here. They take her on out. She was so in privilege at one point that, Hannah kept saying, Catherine, baby, just calm down, just calm down. And she got so in her privilege that the little black woman stood back and said, well, oh. Did y'all clock Hannah's face? She was going off so bad. At one point, Hannah said, oh. Good job, Hannah. Crystal Fox, you did that. But anyway, so she's going out. She runs downstairs. They taking her out. And she runs into Wyatt in the car. They having their little banter back and forth. And he tells her, she told him, yeah, I'm going to make sure. He said, I let you live this time. You should be happy. And she says, yeah, you're going to live long enough to pay for what you've done. And he looked at her and said, I've been paying since birth, bitch. I said, listen, let me tell you something about my mother. Okay. And I'm going off on my soapbox. That whole scene, see, Catherine had that white woman privilege going when she was up in that mansion. See, my mother would have had that old black woman attitude going. There would have been nothing that they had in their arsenal to keep my mother from getting in that car and tearing me down. She would have went up, baby. Miss Patty would have turned the whole studio out. She probably would have forgot that we was even filming for the show and we've been getting loose, honey. I couldn't take it. I was like, you trying to kill your mother. And then you are straight up talking mess to her. I said, oh my God. Then they take Catherine off. And then he continues on with Hannah and says, will you pray for me, Hannah? She says, yeah, I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you. And he's going to say, shoot, you might as well pray to me. I was God tonight. Honey, Hannah was backing up. She's again, there she go. That little black woman, she know better than that. She waiting on the thunderbolt to come down. That lightning rod to come out the sky. She's like, let me back up from this car, baby, because you ready to get tore down talking that foolishness. And he was just carrying on. Told her, you and Benny should be happy. Benny should be happy. My dad was going to have Benny kidnapped. So that began Hannah running around like a chicken with her head cut off, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And last week, I couldn't figure out what it was that George was saying to Hannah because it was moving so fast. He said to her, your son's name is on this pad with tomorrow's date, is what it was that he said. I said, oh, okay. So Hannah was running around like a crazy person. She goes back in there, honey. And why did Hannah tell George the DA all the business about the money? I was like, Hannah, shut up. Shut up. You telling them about how Candace got this money and all. Hannah. Anyway, by this time, David and Jeffrey pull up. David's running in the house to see what's going on. Jeffrey get to talking to Wyatt. He out there in the car. And he said, I did it. He said, don't say that anymore. Hush, be quiet. Be quiet. He gonna say what? I'm tired of this life. The hell with it. I did it. I shot Jim Cryer. I said, Wyatt, he said, you know you're gonna go to jail. He gonna say, I don't care. Now, Wyatt, you must have forgot what happened last time you was down to the jailhouse. You know, every time you got out to the jailhouse, the boys ravaged you. Now, I'm going to start believing that you really like it because every time something happens, we look, and I stand on this. Wyatt has had more men in this program than every female on the cast all combined. Why is stay lap riding a man, honey? I just don't get it. I'm like, and then you so happy to going back down to the jail. Why so, Wyatt? Why you so happy to going back down to the jail? You that little love thing down there that you missing, sis? What's really going on, Wyatt? Okay, let me be serious, y'all. I am serious. Anyway. All right, so that's that. David and Hannah end up having this run-in. Y'all know I loves me some David, but he made me real mad with this. And she was asking him about the information about the pad and who would Jim contact to actually be trying to kidnap her son or whatever. And he gonna say, I don't know. And she's like, David, are you kidding? You're literally gonna stand here and lie in my face? And he's like, he was acting like Jim was somebody special to her. She was like, we were talking about my son here. I understand. I know how you love your son. We were talking about my son. He walked away. I was like, David, I wasn't feeling that. That didn't sit well with me. I didn't care for it at all. My David. I didn't like that, David. Shame on your ass. That's why your girlfriend got burnt up in the car. That is why that happened. That's karma. Stop being so nasty. Moving on. So y'all got me acting silly. I have to laugh to keep from crying with this old goddamn program. Anyway, so Charles done called some whore named Gretchen to come over. And baby, listen, Miss Gretchen wasn't nothing but a gold digging whore. He said, weren't you with that? He said, you with that guy, right? She gonna say, yeah, we broke up. He said, when did y'all break up? Tonight, when I left him in the bed and came over here when you called. I said, oh, Gretchen. Child, Gretchen is ratchet. I said, whoa. Comes out she's an heiress of some sort or other and jealous as hell of Candace. I said, oh, Gretchen, you going back where you came from, honey. You found your way back to the Enchanted Forest and go find the gingerbread house and get your ass in the oven, you filthy whore. I don't like that Gretchen. That Gretchen was a whole lot. She was a mess. Anyway, moving on. Landon ends up having a little conversation with Scott. And he told him, I'm going to need you. See, wait a minute. See, because Scott rolled up in there waiting to be, he pretty much was waiting to be blackmailed. But I was like, what you willing to do, Scott? Because you look a little suspect right now. And he was like, I need you to come clean to me about the Surgeon General and Candace Young. And then he went on and blackmailed him, with telling those little tidbits to the wife and all that. He told him, she robbed him and everything like that. And he wants to get back at her, all while getting, trashing Charles at the same time. So Landon was like, I'm going to use this. And that's fine. He said, yeah, you're going to owe me. And he went on out of there. I was like, oh, okay. A whole mess. And Landon and the other little guy, the one with the big pompadour, I'm sick of their whole little banter back and forth. Them two queens getting on my nerves. I just think they're just useless, the two of them. And I can't wait until Landon gets rid of him, because he is going to get rid of him. He's going to get rid of her and that dumb hairdo. Anyway, moving on. So this little strip club scene with Benny and my Mitch, I'm not feeling it. It was very corny. It was very corny. This whole thing of, I left my phone in the car. Now, I know y'all seen the two guys standing looking real suspect on the side. I was like, Tyler, you think we didn't see them? When you ever seen two men standing side by side with each other, all upside the wall looking suspect? I was like, they in the wrong bar or what? What's going on, honey? Something going on with them two. What is it? What's going on? I was like, this is stupid. But anyway, so that was that. And he's like, Betty said, I left my phone in the car. Mitch is like, oh, well, just leave it in there. I got mine. He's like, yeah. Well, now I need to go get my phone. He said, look, I'll turn mine off. Okay, so now neither one of y'all can be contacted. So, of course, we know Hannah and Candace is looking all around for these two. Candace that actually come outside now. She going from bar to bar looking for them. Then there was this whole little stupid thing where there was one of the dancers was told to take Benny to the back. Benny out at the club without no money. She takes him back there, and of course we know that Benny is a real stupid idiot, and his little man leads his big man around all the time. All she had to do is rub up on him a couple times, and she was able to drug him and everything else. And long story short, he's been accosted, honey. And when Mitch finally figures it out, he go running back there. Benny gone. Gone. He done drugged up and gone. I said, just, you know what? Whatever you get is what you deserve, because you're nasty. You got a nasty attitude, you're being all vicious and stuff, and you're stupid. And every time a little piece of push come by, honey, you got to feel like you got to go up in it. It's amazing they don't give you a venereal disease, you damn fool. Anyway, moving on. Landon ends up making a phone call to Jeffrey. Child, Jeffrey was just as mean to Landon. I said, ain't that how real life be? Somebody who is just, Jeffrey is so stupid. And every time, Wyatt treats you like absolute crap, but you are in love with Wyatt. Here it is. Landon is really in love with Jeffrey. Jeffrey is so goddamn mean to Landon. Whereas I don't want Landon for Jeffrey, because Landon is a slut. He's stupid. Nice kid, but he's just a slut. He's just nasty. Always so willing to put his mouth and everything else on everything. And just tramp. But I liked Madison for Jeffrey. But Jeffrey, child, he's so mean to Landon. And he's mean as hell to Madison. But you love Wyatt. And Wyatt treats you like old garbage. Think you beneath him. Just a mess. Moving on. Last thing. Veronica and Derek. Okay, Derek. Ooh, Derek. Okay. I don't like that Beijing Derek. Don't this Beijing look sticky? Like if you run up on him and do like this, your fingers will be like, it looks sticky. But fine, old Derek. So Veronica calls Derek and tell him, come to my house. Come to my house now. I need to talk to you. So he gets down there. And they had this little exchange back and forth. It was nothing nice. You hear me? Nothing nice. She said, your boy gave me up. The one about the bomb and all that. And she was like, and I need information about his family and his contact and all that so I can get back at his ass. And he's like, I don't know nothing about that. I tell you, I'm not into all that anymore. Blah, 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 blah. She's like, do you know who I am? And he getting irritated with her. Turned around and told her, he said, yeah, I know who you are. You're the whore. You, Veronica, you're the whore. You're the whore that hates the gutter. You're the whore that sleeps with all your clients. You're the whore that can't stand the gutter but can't stop laying and wallowing around in it. I said, oh, come on, Derek. Now, if you wasn't a rapist, that shit might have flew. Because you're not the one to actually be running around calling anybody whores when you're running around stealing box. But it was good. It was a good line. I liked it. I liked it. But you watch yourself. And she told him, you done? You get that information to me and you get on out here and watch your mouth when you're talking to me. I said, oh, listen, I can't with Veronica. And because he laid her out. He let her have it. I mean, he pegged her. The whore that hates the gutter, the whore that sleeps with her clients, and the whore that hates all the stuff about the gutter but can't stop wallowing in it. That is truly her, and that really is a read. That's a fierce, vicious read. That bitch wouldn't let it touch her at all. Did you watch how you're talking to me? I said, that Veronica is a nasty. Ooh, Miss Veronica. Girl, is your last name Treasure? Because you sure act like it. Anyway, that's it for Have and Have Nots. You know, more Tyler Perry stuff. If it wasn't for these little one-liners and zingers, honey, I couldn't hang on. But that whole kidnapping scene, Tyler, look at me. Coming close to the screen. That was pure trash. Just wanted you to know. I still love you, but it was trash.